But yet at the same time, we live in a world that is not made for people who are fat. Airplanes, buses, chairs in people's homes. It must be difficult.
It is difficult, and those are the things that we are seeking to change. We're changing the paradigm that we are not the problem. The problem is that our world doesn't accommodate a diversity of bodies. So that's what we need to change, not so much changing who we are and changing our body, but instead changing society. I think that exercising is good, activity is good. My thought is that weight needs to be set aside, and that regardless if I gain, lose, or stay the same, that's not important to me. What's important to me is that I'm getting the nourishment, the nutrition, the sleep, the activity that my body needs. There is nothing you can tell by a person by noting their body size except their body size. You don't know their behaviors, you don't know their habits, you don't know their...
Hi, my name's Kath Reid. I'm a fat activist in Brisbane. I blog at Fat Heifer Lump, where I've been blogging for about 5 years. And it's my goal to change the way people think about fatness. I discovered fat acceptance probably about 6 years ago. I think it was on Twitter that somebody must have retweeted an article. As per anything on the internet, you read one and the vortex gets you, and you read the next thing and the next thing. It was kind of like a light bulb went on, and that was when I started to think that perhaps it could apply to me. I'm not the expert on societal health. I am the expert on living in my body. I'm not a disease, and I'm not diseased. This is the body that I come in.
Fat people so often offend others in society, and I find that it's one of the last socially acceptable prejudices.
I absolutely agree with you on that one, but what about people who are concerned about you? I mean, there might be people concerned you're going to keel over and die because maybe your body, your heart won't be able to sustain all the enthusiasm that you have.
That's true. I do have a lot of enthusiasm. I think that the concern for health is often a mask to discriminate or to be cruel to fat people. I think there are actually very few people in my life who care and love me enough to be genuinely concerned about my health. And as far as my health goes, I would like to break some stereotypes about fat people, because even at 380 pounds, I'm certainly not naive to the health risks that may come if I stay this weight. But I have no major health problems. I've never even had high blood pressure.
Yet, Whitney.
Right, yet.
NAFA doesn't allow diet talk at its meetings. They believe health and size are two separate issues.
I think by making health and weight the same thing, and by confusing those two, we're damaging everybody, because fat people are then the enemy, and thin people are told they're healthy no matter what, which we know isn't the case. Aw, you look so cute.
NAFA members are encouraged to go as public as possible. They glam it up at photo sessions. They do ballet, and there's even a belly dancing troupe.
I don't limit myself. I don't say just because I'm fat I can't dance. Well, I can. I may not have good rhythm, but I can dance.
The next big event for NAFA, some head-turning fun in the sun.
Our group's going to get together. We're going to go take back the beach, wear some bikinis, have a great day on the beach, and probably get a lot of people to give us second glances, but that's good because we're challenging beauty ideals and they need to be challenged.
I'm Cecily. I'm a writer. I am very interested in popular culture, digital culture. I'm a bit of a pop culture snob. The fat acceptance movement is just a population of people who either are fat and have accepted it as okay and not inherently problematic, or people who are not fat who also accept that notion and who support the rights of fat people to exist and have success and happiness without stigma. I think that that's been one of the most helpful things, is that people can see themselves just living life and enjoying life and enjoying the things around them without having to be consumed by this notion that their bodies are holding them back. So much of the stigma about fatness comes from outside sources. It's years and years and years of conditioning about what is wrong with fatness and what is wrong with being in a fat body that needs to be laid out on the table and unpackaged for what it is.
We live in a culture where being fat is seen as being a bad person. Lazy, greedy, unhealthy, irresponsible, and morally suspect. And we tend to see thinness as being universally good, responsible, successful, and in control of our appetites, bodies, and lives. But we must question it, because the enormous value we place on how we look affects every one of us. And do we really want to live in a society where people are denied their basic humanity if they don't subscribe to some arbitrary form of
Are you one of the members of society who feel that larger women are not desired, that we're not wanted or lusted after? Never dated a curvier girl? Well, you are missing out. I'm here to fill you in on life's greatest pleasure, dating a fat chick. Well, I can't speak for all fat chicks, but I will say you can spank us as hard as you want and we won't feel it. Lots of cushion for the pushing, know what I'm saying?
While many women in their 20s watch what they eat, 23-year-old Tammy Young works tirelessly to put on weight.
I weigh myself every morning to see how much I'm going to eat throughout the day, how much I need to take in, making sure I didn't lose any weight. And I weigh myself at night to see the work that I did and be proud of myself.
Good job, baby.
Oh yeah, folks. Fat man here I am. And right now, for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna drink this ball of gravy.
You're ruining your life, Chris.
Ah yeah, folks, a bowl of gravy.
You're ruining your life.
Shut up, Dad.
A long time ago, I used to be very insecure. It was never good enough. I was always fat. I always thought myself as fat until I hit that goal weight about 180 to 200, where I just woke up in the morning and just felt the best I've ever felt in my whole life.
Oh yeah, folks.
You're ruining your life.
A bowl of gravy.
You wouldn't even get a friggin' garbage job the way you're acting.
Ah yeah, folks. You got anything else you want to say to the fans?
You're ruining your life.
Tammy's eating exploits have gained her an army of admirers who watch her gorge on fatty foods in videos which she makes and posts online.
Hi, it's Sexy Signature, and today I'm going to be playing with my doughy, big, plump belly.
Her weight ain't cool and is not sexy. That's weird because your boyfriend loves it, and so does your daddy.
Do you think that the professor should be fired for saying he doesn't want to use pronouns, that he should be removed from his position?
Well, I think we should talk to him, and maybe if he met me or like anyone else like us and we had a talk, he could see like where we're coming from. It would be nice to have an...
Don't you want me to go away? Don't you want me so lucky? You better give me a message around with my life. Why don't you just stop this right now? I'm about to be dead right now. You better kiss me.
My career ambition is to become as popular as possible, and I hope I just continue to make lots and lots of money like I'm doing.
Despite the risks involved, Tammy is determined to make it big.
233.
0.5.
0.5. I gained weight today. Today was a good day.
You gained 5 pounds.
Yeah. Mwah.
Hey y'all. I got bare cheeks.
Okay, you lost.
So I get out of your drive-thru and I look in the bag and I'm eating half the bag on the way home, and I realize that you guys shorted me 3 jalapeno cheeseburgers and a chicken with cheese. Now, I don't know if the girl in the drive-thru said, oh, here's this 400-pound guy who's eating all this food. Let's just put him on a diet. Is that what happened?
I don't think that that's what happened, but I do think that we made a mistake.
Until next time, folks. Bye-bye. And have a nice day.
No, 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 no. I want him to come over here, grab my boob, and I say, get off my tits. Get off my tits production. Go! Get off my tits production.
Hi. So, you might know me as that girl who really hates thin women. Which is funny. Don't hate thin women. Recently, actually it wasn't that recently, it's just been reblogged a lot lately. I made this post in response to a person who denied their thin privilege and essentially called me an angry fat bitch. Well, although true, is not necessarily entirely true. See, the thing is, I might be fat, and I might be angry, and I might be a bitch, but thin privilege is a real thing. So, considering the shitstorm of messages that I've been receiving, once again, we are going to go over the difference between oppression, privilege, and prejudice. So, in the realm of sociology, women's studies, ethnic studies, whenever you're talking about class in relation to gender and race, sexuality, body type, ability, etc.,
I think one of the prevailing things that are happening here is that what I'm hearing is this intense sort of discussion around self-hatred and when you're in a bigger body. And I wanted to ask people, like down the front there, you who's 20, is your life better? Are you happier? Is everything better now that you're slightly smaller than you were before? I mean, I think one of the things
Well, let's get an answer to the question. Are you?
Absolutely. And I'm not a little bit smaller, I'm a lot smaller. And I did do research into everything. I can still have kids, and that may not have happened if I had stayed the size I was. Like, my question to you is, can you honestly say that you are 100% happy and healthy? Like, you have no medical conditions whatsoever, you have no problems at all with your health at your weight as compared to...
Can we have an answer? No. The question's been asked. What's the answer?
I think it's really interesting that I feel like I need to justify my existence in this realm.
No, but hang on a minute. You asked her to justify her decision.
I
And
asked
she's
her if she was
asking-
happy. I didn't ask her to justify what her health issues now, or if there is any.
But have you got any health?
Australia's obesity epidemic is about to get worse.
The country's battle of the bulge. More than 60% of Aussies are obese.
Australia will be in the grip of an obesity epidemic.
We are still putting on weight.
Hi, my name's Kath Reid. I'm a fat activist in Brisbane. I blog at Fat Heffalump, where I've been blogging for about 5 years. And it's my goal to change the way people think about fatness. I always thought I was fat. One of my earliest memories, I was called fat. I've always been called fat, and I believed that the worst thing a person could possibly be was fat. Through my teens and 20s and early 30s, I just battled it in every single way I could. You name the diet, I was on it. You name the weight loss plan, I was on it. I believed that I couldn't do anything in life that was good until I was thin. I couldn't have any form of success, couldn't have a good job, couldn't have a loving relationship, couldn't be happy in any way. So I didn't try. I haven't always been fat. I was actually a regular sized little girl, and when I was 17 I was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
There is hardly a morning goes by that we don't talk about weight issues, or we don't talk about stories in the newspapers that are talking about fat jabs and how to lose weight and how to keep fit and all that sort of thing. Well, we have got in the studio this morning Whitney Thor. Hiya, Whitney.
Hi.
Good to see you. Whitney is from Greensboro, North Carolina, and she's famous. You became famous after being on YouTube, and basically it was a video entitled "A Fat Girl dancing.
Right.
It went viral. Millions and millions and millions, about 7 million people, know her because of this.
Just on it. That flight that you get on. International. First class seat on my lap, girl. Riding comfortable. Cause I know what the girl them need. New York to Haiti. I got a lipstick stamp for my passport. I make it hard to leave. Been around the world.
Loving the moves. But, now, tonight on the TLC channel at 9 o'clock tonight, Whitney has got a new series called My Big Fat Fabulous Life. And
It's actually called Whitney Fat Girl Dancing here in the UK. It is.
Right, well, there's so much for that research. Okay, so you're still dancing.
Yes.
Yes, and a lot of people maybe say, "Who are you kidding? Really, you're dancing here, but really, this is not the sort of advert that we should be having."
I think.
Talk about marginalized groups and dominant groups, or occasionally minority groups and dominant groups. What a dominant group is, it is the group that has a particular privilege over the minority group. For instance, though I don't want to compare struggles, this is just an example. In this country, and in most countries, people of color are sincerely and genuinely disadvantaged in comparison to white folk. This is because of a plethora of reasons, mostly because we live in a racist, fucking shitty society. This lack of equality we call racism. It is in form of institutional, individual, and cultural oppression. This means that white folk have privilege over folks of color. This is because precisely that we live in a racist society. Now, this applies to a lot of things: homophobia, sexism, fat phobia. For instance, I'm fat. Because I am fat, there is a whole list of things that happen to me that don't happen to thin people solely based on my size. Now, I could go over a huge list and tell you of all the ways that I get treated like shit because I'm fat, but I really don't have the time, and quite frankly...
Talk about a subject related to feminism in under 4 minutes. So, 4-minute feminism. Today I wanted to talk about what is considered even a controversial subject within feminism, thin privilege. Before I start, I'm gonna say I'm a thin person, I have thin privilege. I don't experience any form of fat phobia or fat shaming, so this is coming from a privileged perspective. People in the West very clearly live in societies that glorify a specific type of body. That's the kind of body that's glorified in television, in movies, in advertising, basically any kind of visual media. This glorification of very specific body types affects everyone. It affects your self-esteem, it affects your own self-image, it affects the types of bodies that you think are acceptable and are attracted to. So a side effect of this glorification of very specific body types is the idea that fat bodies are unattractive, unappealing. On the opposite end of this, a lot of people argue against the existence of thin privilege because very thin bodies are also stigmatized.
The destruction of this scale is dedicated to all of the women whose lives have been ruined and ruled by it. This is for us, ladies. Safety first. Oops. I'm tired of you stealing my life. I'm tired of you making me feel if I'm good or bad. I'm tired of you deciding how my day is. No more of you deciding my life. No more of you stealing life from me. This is it. I take back my life. I'm in control. I decide if I'm good or bad. Not you. I deserve a great life. This is about me. This isn't about you. Oh my God. That's like better than sex.
Speech will not be violated.
Thank you. Like, I'm not gonna be like silenced, and I'm not gonna have these people just make fun of me and bring me in here to make fun of me, and like maybe I'll have to be some kind of clown. Like, it's Strictly Pop, like triangulate. Like that's not even funny, honestly. I'm so sick and tired of all the hate. Like, I'm not like that even fat. Like I'm like skinny challenged. Like
okay. It's okay. It's
like
okay.
already triggered because I already can like kind of feel, I can kind of like read their thoughts, kind of like I already know what they're thinking.
It's okay. We're going to do this in a calm and safe manner for you. We're not to try and bully you. Do you want to take a moment or?
Let me calm down. Okay,
It's okay.
I'm good.
Take as much time as you need. We'll take hours if you need it.
Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne.
Yes. By the way, Susanna, I look at your avatar and it says Shutterstock on it. What's up with that?
I didn't ask for any of this. They were filming me without my fucking consent.
Which is a crime.
First of all,